Chef! I'm about to catch my flight to Austin. Basically, a few weeks ago, one of my friends and former chefs invited me to help him out with a pop-up he's doing in Texas. So this is honestly really spontaneous and last minute. I've never done a pop-up like this, so I'm kind of nervous, but we're gonna do our best. So I've got a little time now before I board the flight. I'm just gonna study the menu a little bit. That way I can have a better sense of what's going on. Even if I don't know how we're making anything, just kind of knowing what's on each plate and in the menu is gonna make a big difference in picking everything up and getting adjusted quickly. Thank you so much. Just landed in Austin, 30 minutes past midnight right now. Got my luggage and we're about to get picked up. Good to see you, man.
You too. I admit that was the biggest shit show.
I missed the biggest shit show. What happened?
Yeah, the plan was for me to be prepping at the made-in test kitchen. I got a text, something pulled out. They have something else scheduled. Like, I'm working on finding you another kitchen. So I end up going to this place. Fucking go to grab cutting boards. Fucking cockroaches. Who gives a fuck if the food is even delicious or pretty? Our first responsibility is to feed our guests something that we can honestly say is wholesome and safe for them to consume. A day and a half of like trying to figure out where someone's gonna let me prep. We're still gonna do what we do, but I'm really frustrated putting out fires left and right.
Jesus Christ.
So it's just, you know, it's been one of those weeks, man.
Oh, it's nice.
We got a lot of fish to break down tomorrow. Buttermilk brine, Swiss chard stems, waffle batter, caramel corn, peaches, snap peas, trout roe.
It's so humid. What are we doing first?
This is fucking Austin, Texas. We're getting breakfast tacos.
Just grabbing some last minute equipment. Got our chinois, an extra whisk, linen legs or towels, and cheesecloth.
Quick stop to Ace Restaurant Depot, and then now we're headed to
Central Market.
Central Market. This might be the largest grocery store I've ever been in. So we just got into the test kitchen we're working out of. I'm gonna flip this quail so that way it can air dry, and then we're gonna get to work. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is tequila curing this yellowtail. We've got some hiramasa, some kampachi. Just breaking down both sides of this. Did this a lot at the last restaurant I worked at, but this is just one of many tasks, so we gotta lock in. So I just finished pushing all the fish. Now I have to cure it, but honestly it took me way too long to get it done. So I'm gonna switch the POV entirely and get this done. That is our finished curing hiramasa, kampachi, and fish. While I've been cutting fish, this water's been coming up to a boil, so I'm gonna blanch some snap peas real quick. Why does it need to be warm or soft before it freezes?
It's set with iota carrageenan. in order to get the texture the way that I want it while it's frozen, I can't set it too firm while it's just cold. You know what I mean? Ultimately, we need 600 pieces.
600 pieces. So this is all our prep today, organized and labeled, fish, meat, produce. We got it all set up for transport when we take it to the kitchen tomorrow morning. Gonna do a proper clean of the kitchen, and it's about time to get out of here.
Gonna be medium or large combos?
We'll do large.
What is this? This is a large? When a cook really eats Whataburger. Good morning. It's currently 7 a.m. and I totally knocked out. Yesterday was honestly a pretty good prep day, but today's gonna be a lot faster paced. We've got to go to the prep kitchen, move everything to the service kitchen. We have 2 new hands coming today that are going to be helping us with service. It's gonna be really hectic. Just got to do a little bit better every single day. So we just finished unloading everything at the kitchen. We're back at the Airbnb because we got really sweaty. It's gonna change before the rest of the day in service. We're cooking in a church kitchen, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. Let's get back to it. So we just got back to the kitchen. Just spent the last 30 minutes pretty much setting up a pantry, area for storage, just getting ready for service.
Ready to get ready.
We got all our dry goods, wraps, containers, storage for mise en place, all of the produce and herbs. This is gonna be my station for prep time, and we're gonna get straight into it. Oh, pleasure to meet you, Andrew and
Joshua.
Josh, pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you.
2 stations set up for you guys are both wood cutting boards you can put on your aprons. Yeah, once you get settled, I'm sure Andrew's on a call right now, he'll be back and you can help us out with what we need to do pretty much.
Work together for the first time, so it's never going to be as efficient as if we were in our home kitchens. We'll get into it. Intersection between Hush Puppy and a Pomme Dauphine large, so we're going to punch them with a ring mold. Foie meets peach cobbler.
So it's around 5 now. We've got a couple hours until service. Everything's looking really good. It's really hot in that kitchen. Right now we're just focusing on making sure we have everything for today and tomorrow and getting prepared to pull things out and organize for service. I really got to make sure I'm on top of it. Chef is trusting me a lot, so let's get back to it.
What's wrong? Why are you looking at it so inquisitively?
Show me the...
I see. I forgot. You're being performative.
There's still missing one from the last course.
How is that possible? How are we coming back and not understanding how many are not plated? Pull the mise en place out now. Stop plating fucking soup. Yeah, but we're doing 26.
Yeah.
Why are there not 26 bowls? Do you count them when you put them in the box? Why? That's fucking great. It needs to go faster. Good job, guys. I mean, funky as all things are day one, service one, but people were really happy with the food. Portion croquettes. What do we need for Michel sauce? Well, let's make more potato chip crumble. Next dish is melons. Quail. We need to make waffles. When service starts, I want the amount of portions that we need like laid out in the single layer. Right here, I'll see you here at 9.
Chef.
2 more days it is.
Fuck yeah. That was half day. We did one service.
So it's Thursday too. Yesterday was definitely a push. A lot of mistakes made, especially by me. We got 3 hours to prep today, then they have an event, so we actually have to come back and we only have 1 hour to set up before we have 2 turns, so 50 people today. I'm gonna be focusing a lot, taking control because now I actually know what's going on. But let's do it, let's go. Currently back in the Airbnb. We have a few hours before we go back for service. And while we're in the kitchen this morning, the caramelized white chocolate split. So I'm making a little bit right now before we go back. Airbnb water setup. So we're about to head back to the kitchen. There's a lot of things we have to do. 1, take a look at everything, make sure we have everything ready for each dish. 2, I need to get the whole setup on the stove ready. Then pretty much right away, we're going into service, straight from when we enter the kitchen. We have no clue if there's gonna be workers there or what's gonna happen, but we're about to see.
Yes, sir. We got both types of melons, sungolds, gremolata, tomato vierge, bronze fennel. This is the setup for the hiramasa. Guys, foie mise en place is literally just peaches and jam and the crumble.
When we pick up the razor clams,
Oui?
we're gonna do it right into the buttermilk. Yeah?
Careful to see the chef.
Yeah. Flash croquettes.
I'm gonna quickly show you how to make some plate wipes. Just cutting some linen to size and dipping into a vinegar solution, then getting really dry. Now just roll it up as tight as you can. Just like that. Chef!
Come back here.
Wait! Gotta finish this now. We use the vinegar so there's no marks that are left on the plates when you wipe them. Water. All right, gotta go. Water hot. Make yourself comfortable basically with like where everything is in case neither of us is around or someone else isn't around. So also if I don't do it, 100% get the dessert plates back in the freezer like right away. Just finished the first turn. We absolutely crushed it. We have a little bit of time now to clean up, get some food in. After that we go again, break down and service. That's pretty good.
We've finally made it to the final day of service. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank you all so much for watching and hopefully enjoying so far. This entire experience really reminded me of my time working at restaurants. There's just a whole nother level of pressure when you're not just cooking for others, but also when you're executing someone else's vision, especially to a high level. When things go wrong, it really brings out the best and worst of you, but I think that's honestly one of my favorite things about cooking. When you're doing something you're passionate about, those are the rare moments where you can be 100% intentional about everything that you do. There's a ton of mistakes I made that I couldn't catch on camera, but I bounced back and that's all that really matters. At the end of the day, it's up to you to make it happen. Anyways, let's get back to cooking.
Wait, Chef.
And that is a wrap on service. 2 successful turns today. As you can see, we have everything that we borrowed from other kitchens and for the event in the back. Back to the Airbnb and we can talk a little more.
Finito.
And that is a wrap on Texas. I'm kind of whispering right now because it's actually like 3 a.m. I've got a flight to catch at 6, so I gotta go in like an hour and a half. I'm fully packed, ready to go, super tired. It was a crazy few days. I learned so much from it. I hope you guys did too. And that is all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next and many more, hopefully.